Welcome to the channel. Here's the two KLRs. We picked them up about a month ago, and we're gonna hopefully have a nice side-by-side comparison. This one I commute every single day of the week with. I do 168 miles round trip. This one is my wife's bike. It only does weekend and evening trips. So we should get a nice comparison as to how they hold up over the miles, over the terrain. See how it goes. So the one I commute on, I do 168 miles a day round trip, 4 days a week for work. I do about 60 miles of 80 miles an hour on the freeway. I do 60 miles of 65, and the rest of it is backcountry roads, 55, 45 here and there. So how does it do at 80 miles an hour on the freeway? 80 miles an hour on the freeway is manageable. It's quite vibey, like the other reviews have said. 85 miles an hour passing semis, you either better be very comfortable with the bike or a very comfortable rider. The bike has a pretty good shake at 85 when you catch the crosswinds from the semis. Other than that, it's holding up fine. Like I said, I've had it for about a month, and I've got 2,700 miles on the bike right now. It's been through its first oil change. Still riding on the original set of tires. They are about halfway worn from when I brought the bike home. Really nice things about having two bikes instead of just one is mine being a commuter where I am doing, 168 miles a day on the freeway to get to and from work. Whereas my wife is riding her bike just weekends, the occasional evening ride. We'll be able to have a long-term comparison as to how the bikes hold up. Different riders. I ride mine much more aggressively than my wife does. We did have to lower the one bike. It was too big for my wife. My wife's the same height as me, but my wife doesn't have near the experience as me. She dropped it. Literally, we got it out of the back of the truck when she got it home, and it was sitting on uneven ground. She hopped onto it, kicked up the kickstand, and the bike went over. So other than that, the bikes, they're in exactly the same condition. I've put 2,800 miles now on my bike. I went for a little ride this morning, had to run up to town, and my wife's bike has just under 300. So by the time my wife is fully broke in and ready for her first oil change, I'll already be on my second oil change. So weekly, my bike is going to go up by about 600 miles a week just in work related. Off-roading on the weekends and going out moto camping and stuff like that's going to add the same amount of miles on my bike as my wife is adding on hers overall. So probably 800 miles a week on my bike, max of 200 a week on my wife's bike. As she becomes more comfortable with the motorcycle, some of those trips will be longer duration, more miles. We want to go to Glacier this summer. We want to go to Crater Lake this summer. So we'll see. And at the same time, I'll be keeping up maintenance. Obviously, I'll need tires before my wife needs tires. I'll probably go through 2 sets of tires, honestly, before she needs a single set. Which means that by the time my wife's ready to upgrade to tires, I'll already be on to my next set. And I'll already know if I didn't like the previous set. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the bikes hold up. And I'm going to start doing a weekly video, and let you guys see how the bikes are holding up. Probably do some videos of us riding. This weekend we had our 2 younger kids on the bikes with us, and I had my top box plus my tail bag on because we went rock hunting, and my 7-year-old was full on asleep on the back of the motorcycle, arms dangling down the side with his head propped up on the bag. So should be an interesting adventure overall, and I hope you guys are willing to join me and see where it goes.